This is Eryri, a breathtaking part of North Wales that draws visitors in their millions. But this wild landscape can also hold dangers.
It's all loose here.
And when things go wrong, the busiest network of rescue agencies in the country must come together.
We found this female.
Saving lives.
How did I get down there?
In a landscape like no other.
That's a proper job there.
My life tends to revolve around the beach and sand. I think I've got a couple of kilos of sand in my footwell that I need to address when I get home.
Eryri's 23 miles of coastline are a popular destination for those looking to relax and unwind. So it's easy to forget this is a place where things can, and do, go wrong.
You never quite know what you're going to get. The tides can change, the weather can change, the rocks can be slippy.
With water, when things go wrong, they go wrong quickly. You can enjoy it, but you've got to respect it as well.
Coastguard on the west coast. Its sand and pebble beach gives way to rocky cliffs which rise sharply from the sea.
The Coastguard here, are you okay?
My wife has fell flat but hit her left arm, which we think she's broken. She's shaking, quite faint.
Stay put. If it's slippy, just in case she falls and hurts herself, or in case you do.
The casualty, a woman called Pippa, is on a narrow stretch of beach between Fairborn and Coastguard. Coastguard teams from Aberdyfi and Barmouth are deployed. An ambulance is also dispatched. But there's a problem.
It couldn't have been in a more difficult location. There's access from north or from south. Good, probably a mile and a half, with granite, bouldery terrain, very, very slippy that night as well.
There's no way of getting an ambulance down onto the beach. And the teams are also working against the clock.
The tide was coming in, and I knew that would be a potential danger.
Where they were, that is submerged by high water.
We walked along the beach, and it was a lovely sandy beach there. And then it became a pebbly beach, and then it became a rocky beach. We thought, well, it may be best to turn back. And unfortunately, that's when Philippa fell.
One minute we were just walking along a beach, and the next minute I just couldn't stand up, I couldn't walk.
A small group of Coastguard volunteers manages to reach Pippa and John. The slippery rocks mean it's too dangerous to stretcher her out. And the paramedics and other Coastguard volunteers can't reach them, even on foot.
It's really slippy down there, just be careful.
They're on the other side of a small headland and have already been cut off by the incoming tide.
So we could do with finding out how she is, how much pain she's in, has she got any other medical conditions, and how cold is she?
I've never seen her in so much pain before. She very quickly began to get cold and listless, and that made it the more worrying.
The pain was just overwhelming.
Sierra 14 Alpha, this is Barmouth 10.
The local lifeboat is also on scene, in case it's possible to get Pippa off the rocks by boat.
But it proved dangerous for the lifeboat to get close enough to shore to assist. There are very big boulders submerged in the water. It was very windy. There was a lot of swell. Everything was against us.
By now, the weather is getting worse and the tide is nearly in. So the teams call in the Coastguard helicopter.
936 at that point now, then we're 2 minutes out, just coasting in. Okay, we'll come hover over the water, just have a recce of your position.
You could see the winchman being lowered down. He was sort of directing the helicopter to bring him slowly in towards the beach.
We knew that she'd potentially fractured her arm. We also knew that she'd been there for some time.
Let's just get it right down around the side there. Let's start warming her.
One of the first things I've got to do really is get on top of her pain, but I can also splint her fracture as well to stop every movement from hurting.
Yeah. So, Arlo, lift the arm, because she can punch me. Right, big breath. Okay, Pippa. Waistline right underneath her armpit. 3, 2, 1, lower. Okay, Pippa, doing really well. Deep breath. Doing really well, my lovely.
Just remember them constantly talking to me, and it was so reassuring.
Get her hair in the Velcro.
Bedside manner is always important when you're dealing with patients, whether that's in hospital or whether it's in the mountainous or outdoor environment.
How's your pain now? Can you go for a helicopter ride? Been on a helicopter before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like this.
Not like this. It's okay. I hope not. Twice is just careless, really.
We'll leave that in care.
Nice and easy. Good work, Eryri. Nice and steady.
Rescue helicopter 936 needs to winch Pippa off the beach so it can take her to the waiting ambulance.
All right. Yeah, good. Close the big rock. All right.
Now, they just have to find somewhere safe for the helicopter to land.
The ambulance guys can go to the golf course.
Right, just looking on the map, stop by.
Big rock. Yeah, I'm all right there.
Up until the Alpha 936, we're just coming in around at the golf course, just to take a suitable site.
Rescue 936, up W Alpha, all received, out.
When 936 turns up, we're all very relieved. It makes a world of difference on people getting the help they need in time.
She probably had to walk about 20 metres, if that, into the ambulance, and she was off. The agencies worked together very well that night. We're all trying to achieve the same end goal. It was a good outcome.
Pippa is taken to hospital in Aberystwyth, an hour's drive away, where x-rays reveal she's broken her arm in several places.
I just remember thinking, oh, I'm so grateful.
You think, oh, if that's going to happen, it's going to be somewhere up a mountain. You don't expect it on a beach.
It's thinking about all the what-ifs, even in those places that you would never expect a problem to occur.
For Eryri's rescuers, answering calls for help is a way of life. And for some, it's in their blood.
Mobile 126 to her. My dad actually was on Abu Dhabi lifeboat. He then joined the fire service. And my granddad was part of Abu Dhabi Coastguard.
So, over the years, Gareth's seen time and again how it only takes a moment for a great day to turn into a serious rescue.
That's how it happens. Everyone's having a great time until they're not.
At 893 metres, Cader Idris is among the highest mountains in southern Eryri, and one of the most popular.
Cader Idris is where we get the majority of call-outs. It's a notorious hotspot. There's probably no more than any 200-metre stretch of the whole of the 10K loop that I've probably not rescued somebody from.
It's a hot Saturday in midsummer when a call comes in. The injured man was on a birthday outing to Cader Idris. He's about a mile up the Minffordd path, one of the main routes to the summit. Aberdyfi search and rescue team are tasked with a job.
Gareth's going to go up there.
Have you got a hill rope?
On the original call-out, it was described as a male with a head injury who'd fallen off a rock and was bleeding from his head.
Can you just chuck it under the hood on that?
2 team members are already on their way to the casualty.
See you in a bit.
Now Gareth and Esther also set off up the mountain.
The hasty party's job is to get eyes on the casualty and report back if you need more kit to be brought up, if you need more people to come up the hill to help evacuate someone.
They set off at a brisk pace to reach the casualty as quickly as possible.
It's really warm.
It was a really hot day, the sun was beating down, and carrying things in the heat is just hard work.
Cheers, thanks.
It's been a long week at work. I was feeling quite tired. But you do the training and you have the jacket. And so when people call for help, it's very rare I'll say that I'm not available.
Their route takes them up what's known in the team as heart attack steps.
Very tiresome to get up.
You just go fast as you physically can because you don't know how urgently you're needed at the top, especially with a head injury.
Just waiting to confirm exactly what's happening, exactly what kit they need, and at that point you can then depart.
The first 2 rescuers have now reached the casualty and have a worrying update.
Yeah, all understood, mate. When he tries to stand up, he goes all wobbly.
The reports that were coming through were that he had collapsed, so lost consciousness. When someone has had a head injury, they can lose some coordination and motor skills, and so they're more likely to hurt themselves by falling on the way down.
So the decision from everybody else is that it's going to be a stretcher off.
They now need a 3rd group of volunteers to bring a stretcher up the mountain and to carry the man down.
All right, Dave. Yeah, we'll see you later.
They are a terrible bunch of steps, aren't they?
After a 30-minute walk, Gareth and Esther reach the casualty.
So he fell from standing.
Fell from sun and hit his brow. But the gash about 30 mil wide.
He was quite quiet when we got to him, and he was very anxious. Sometimes when you arrive, it's like the pressure of kind of holding it all together is suddenly lifted. They kind of can relax. They don't need to be the one in charge anymore. And so quite often you get to people and they cry. Action. Okay, so I'm going to stick it on that way around and just...
They were having a very nice day. It was very nice weather. Suddenly things changed for the worst.
You're going to stick with us the whole time.
And then the next minute, a lot of people in red jackets and radios clicking around his ears and trying to understand what had gone on. We always go to worst case scenario. If he is young, fit and healthy, to collapse out of the blue, for us, there's something more underlying and he just needs to see a medical professional.
The team are also worried he might have suffered further injury when he hit his head.
Do you reckon we can hand him over to an ambulance or something at the bottom, just so he can go get a scan?
He might have damaged his neck, he might have damaged his spine.
Can we request an ambulance? We want to have a scan on his head of her.
By now, team members are arriving with the stretcher.
So, let's get the stretcher assembled.
Stretching somebody off Cader Idris is very tricky.
So you're going to go ahead at that end, and legs down that end. Boots are fine, yeah, you're fine. We've had
You might look at an OS map and say, well, it's only 2.5 kilometres, but that could tie us up for 4 hours trying to get someone down.
You ready? Okay. Forward. Tell you in step on the inside it. Yes. This is the easy bit, man.
If anyone wants to swap out, just south on the way.
We'll take it in turns on the stretcher.
Good Good teamwork is essential. I mean, we're a mountain rescue team, aren't we?
Loose rocks.
Okay, everyone.
Passing it round.
Be a bit more attentive about a head up along this section.
If it's a head injury, the head needs to be inclined.
So, like, feet down, head up if you can.
Well, that's a bit too low for me.
And in order to do that, someone needs to be monitoring that and communicating it to all the people that are holding the stretcher.
And a drop down my end.
There you go, ready? Up and over.
They've reached one of the steepest sections of the route.
It's a bit like an obstacle course.
Loose blue strap, just watch you don't trip.
You can't fit 2 people either side of a stretcher and the stretcher itself.
Stretcher coming through.
Yeah, we're going to stay still here.
Come through.
Stay still here.
Let me just come in. Yeah, keep moving. Pass down.
Okay, on it goes.
Okay, can we just stop there a sec? A few more below. Okay, wait for feel.
Eventually, they make it to gentler ground and back to the car park.
The ambulance hasn't been allocated to us yet.
With no sign of an ambulance coming anytime soon, the injured man's friends decide to drive him to hospital themselves.
What started off with them to be quite a nice little walk up in South Snowdonia turned into something very different. You know, people stuck 1,000, 1,500 metres up on a mountain and they can't get down, they've got a real problem.
No one expects these things to happen, and when mountain rescue turn up, I think suddenly things can feel a bit real in a way that they hadn't beforehand. There's a reason that we're in the team. And the best bit is doing a call out, because then you get to actually help people.
Even once help is on the way, things can take an unexpected turn.
I've got 8.
Call-out's always unpredictable.
Can you confirm that you still need to stretch a party to come up the hill, over?
When it goes wrong, it usually goes quite wrong.
Affirmative. I've got 2 more people on the way, over.
It's a Sunday evening when a call comes in to North Wales Police.
I'm on the mountain near Tryfan with my father. We're in the clouds, so we find the navigation difficult. Okay.
I'll pass this to Mountain Rescue.
72-year-old Bernie has been out walking all day with his son, but they're now lost in the mist.
Who's this? Okay, base, Kim speaking.
Team leader Kim from Ogwen Valley Mountain Rescue picks up the call.
Have we got latest grid reference? Okay.
Initially, we've started to talk them off the hill.
Right. Okay.
We do have a bit of technology that allows us to know where someone's phone is if they give us permission, and so that can be really useful when it comes to guiding someone down.
Cheers, ta-da, ta-da.
That was working. We'd managed to get them walking in the right direction. But the weather was deteriorating, it was nearly dark, and they were slowing down.
So Kim decides to send help.
We're going to go kind of to the left and go up the spur.
I sent Dan and Adam straight up the miners' path towards the casualties. But to find the path into Cwm Tryfan is quite difficult, and there's a distinct possibility that casualties are going to walk past it. So I deployed a second 2 people, Rick and Luca, up a ridgeline to catch them if they missed the path.
The 2 teams head out on different paths towards the lost father and son's last known location on Glyder Fach.
We were covering the 2 most likely places that they would be.
The navigation in the mountains can get really challenging, especially when it gets dark, when the weather comes in. So it's not often that we need to use our maps because we've got hotspots that people get stuck in and we know exactly where we're going to. But every now and again, we need to use our mountaineering skills and navigation to find people.
What would you say the visibility is, Stu? Yeah, it's not good. 10 metres.
I've been up there before and knew where we wanted to go, but because of the weather, just got lost.
So 500 metres is cloud level.
My son, he got a bit worried and I said, well, don't worry. I said, we'll contact Mountain Rescue, get some advice from them. They said, go here, go there, and we carried on walking, but the weather got worse and tried to, about half hour, I suppose, we was walking.
You just crack on up there and then... Yeah.
They said, well, stay where you are and we can get to you within a couple of hours.
We'd lost contact with the casualties at this point. I don't know if their phone had died.
Hello!
We were making our way to their last known point, and we didn't know whether they'd stayed there or whether they moved around. It's really steep around there in different places, and if you don't know the way down, you can end up on a really nasty path.
Hello! You hear that as well? Yeah. Oh, you got Mountain Rescue? How are we doing?
Yeah, we've made contact.
90 minutes after setting off, Dan and Adam find the lost walkers.
Give Luca a call. He should be pretty close to you, over.
Here you go. There's some gloves in the pocket. Oh, I've got a flask of like warm squash. It's the best thing. Let's get this on, yeah. Where have you found that?
Yeah, they're bang. So we'll get the head torches on. We're happy to continue without your support.
It means Kim can stand down Luca and Rick, who are still out searching the other possible route. They head back to base.
Just hold me on a bit. Yeah, got you. There you go.
Yeah. Good to go.
Meanwhile, Dan and Adam start to lead Bernie and his son off the mountain.
It's just this little bit and then it flattens out nice.
It started off really well, but it was obvious that Bernie was very stiff and clearly very tired after a long day.
Doesn't matter how slowly, we just keep them moving.
Adam kind of stayed nice and close to kind of give him that one-to-one support, showing him where to put his feet for the best grip.
You can stop and have as many rests if you need any.
An old knee injury is causing Bernie problems.
Never known it ever go like that before. They kind of shaky. Oh no, it's just gone solid. Oh. How you doing? Okay?
That?
Yeah, I'm all here, mate. It's just me knee I'd done doubled in.
It's 11:30 p.m. 72-year-old Bernie has now been out in the mountains for 16 hours, and the weather conditions are getting worse by the minute.
You didn't hurt anything when you went down, did you? Oh, you mean knee? Oh, your knee. So which knee is it? Right knee? This one. One I'd done. Okay. Oh, that'll be all.
Despite his fall, Bernie feels able to carry on walking.
So we'll come around this side, yeah? Oh, down.
Went down, drove my shoulder into the ground and hit me ribs near that crack. But that was very painful.
Landed on a rock behind him. Oh. Where did he land on him? On here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just there.
The impact to Bernie's ribs has left him in severe pain. Team member Dan, a trained paramedic, takes a look.
How's all with you?
Ribs can bleed. It could be quite sharp. It could have damaged the tissue underneath.
If you raise this arm, can you raise this arm up? Oh, no, but no more than that. Oh, no.
And if you start to affect someone's breathing, that can get really serious really quickly.
Just take it even. We can feel something there now. Yeah. Yes.
You suddenly feel very vulnerable. You yourself, as a rescue team, are very far from help.
Just move your hand. Is that okay? There. Oh.
We hadn't set off expecting there to be any injuries.
No, I'm holding above it. Just nice deep breath if you can.
So when, of course, we were now dealing with an injury, We didn't really have much in the way of equipment to deal with that. We didn't have any medication to take away Bernie's pain, and we didn't have anything to be able to assess that injury.
The unexpected turn of events means getting Bernie off the mountain is now a lot more complicated.
He's fallen over and Dan reckons he's broken a rib.
It's midnight now, and sadly I've got to phone everybody up, get them out of bed, and start putting a plan B into operation.
Hiya, we've got an incident that's been going on for quite a while now.
I thought the quickest and easiest way was to see if we could get the Coastguard helicopter.
Would they pick this one up?
The conditions definitely were deteriorating. It was sideways rain, the cloud was really thick, and it was going to be really challenging for a helicopter to be able to get into us, but I was hoping that they might give it a go.
If the helicopter can reach them, Bernie could be on his way to hospital within 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was my concern as well. I think the front's hit us, and to be honest, it's worse here now.
Cloud was so bad over Carnarvon that the helicopter wasn't even able to lift off and to try come to us.
Kim now has to go for Plan C, which means sending more team members up to help, including Rick and Luca, who've only just got back to base.
That's the really bad news, right?
I don't know, I've got to think about what that is. I hadn't thought of any good news yet. Okay.
We knew at that point that it was going to be mountain rescue, stretchering and walking up, and it takes a long time for people to get to us.
Although more team members and a stretcher are on their way,
Bit of a slicky rock coming up now, bit of a step.
Dan and Adam decide to keep trying to walk Bernie further down to meet them.
Little step now, that's it, nice and steady.
The longer you stay still on the mountains, you're not generating any energy and any heat, and so you get cold really quickly.
There we go, well done.
It's nearly 2 a.m. when the stretcher party finally reaches Bernie.
I just want to get him loaded up, gone. Yep, if you're hiding that, yeah, that's how do I. Just gonna have 1 gram of this.
It was really good to see the torchlights of the other people making their way up the mountain.
Got it.
We were able to get some medication and for Bernie to make him feel a little bit more comfortable whilst we got the stretcher set up and got him ready to move off down the hill quite quickly.
I'll never do that. You get going for a tiny bit, so can you shuffle off a little bit? In your head, there's like a bit of a pillow.
He was in a big sleeping bag type of thing, and it was quite warm. I mean, that was nice to lay down. I could have gone to sleep probably if it wasn't so painful.
18 hours after setting out on his walk, Bernie is on a stretcher and can be carried to safety.
Yeah, it's good there are people like that. They want to help, yeah. Or else you'd be right up the creek, I think.
So it was a rescue that got harder and harder as we went along. It was not quite what we expected.
It was a rescue with twists and turns, wasn't it? Even though mountain rescue turn up, it doesn't mean that you're out the woods then. You're still in a very dangerous position.
3. There we go. How are we doing?
Oh,
Yeah.
The mountains are there to be enjoyed, but if you do go out, be prepared. Sometimes things change quite rapidly.